Hello and welcome back to Third Age Total War Divide and Conquer, where we continue with the Angmar campaign. And where we left off, Drangu, the conqueror of Goblin Town, has attacked Kuen the Scarred. His relatively small army of mainly elite air Theod, but also including some weaker valesmen and Beornings, against our rather superior army, which is currently, I believe, the strongest we have, barring the one that's currently in Meifelberg, that suffered a lot of casualties in the last few fights we had, claiming the Valesman city, town, something. Oh, it's been a long day. I do apologise for how late this video is. I wasn't able to record something in advance yesterday, so yeah. Anyway, hopefully this will be an enjoyable battle. The quicker we skill the kin changes, kill the skin changes, the quicker we can win this battle. Because without a general, those air Theod aren't going to last forever. Especially those that are weakened already. Oh, and of course they had to have the hill advantage. Of course the game had to give them the hill advantage. Well, I've got to give them something, I guess. Three halberdiers and one scourge raider unit over here. And the others over here. The halberdiers here, and then Drangu there. Are they going to come to us, or are we going to have to come to them? We're going to have to come to them. Excellent. Let's see if these guys actually shoot first. Are they actually going to shoot? No, of course they're not. Well, seeing they're doing that, let's just walk up here. Try and actually select everything. And the others down here. Come on. Probably should have moved the ballista up first. They're going to be the slowest things to get to where they need to be, but you win some and you lose some. I think this is one that we're definitely going to win, but we're also going to lose quite a bit. Those Beorning riders need to be dealt with as soon as possible. And there's just the air Theod, and then the skin changes. I'm actually pronouncing that right, air Theod. I feel like I've been saying it wrong this entire time. It's not air Thed. I feel like it definitely is. It should be pronounced air Theod, but I could be I could be so wrong. Well, let's gonna have to keep moving these guys further forward, it would seem. Just deal with the lag. And power through. Oh yeah, they had 2 units, didn't they? Oh, that's air Theod cavalry. We may be losing more than usual. But again, like I said, that's expected by now. Now, if I was them in this instance, I would have already had my cavalry behind to attack the ballista, while the rest of the units would then slowly be walking backwards, while the rest of our units can move into their flanks and rears, where they have no chance of proper defence. Those longbowmen are moving fast. Who are they trying to get a shot at? The ballista? Okay, I have been pronouncing it correctly, luckily. Aeofeod. Because the E has extra oomph to it because of the line above it. So it's Aeofeod. Like Aeol the Young. And once the ballistas are in place, they'll start firing, no problem. So we can now actually start moving the halberdiers forward as well. And the orcs on this side. So there, make sure you're all still walking. And yeah, I knew it, they were shooting for the ballista. And actually getting a good few shots off. Damn you. Damn you straight to hell. They blew it up. Surprise the troops. If anyone was getting a morale shock, stop thinking about it. That's right, keep running, you cowards. Let's see if you can escape fast enough. Proving you can shoot and run. Tell me, can you run fast enough? Prepare to fire on my mark. Oh, forgot 2 times speed. Yeah, don't aim at the weak unit. Sorry, not the weak unit. Don't aim for the small unit, you dolts. Aim for the big unit if you can, or units. Ah, God, they're aiming for the shields. And yet still get many headshots. Ouch. Yeah, that's again the main weakness of our army. Or our faction, sorry. Not our army, but our faction. Archers wreck us so bad. And without cavalry to deal with them, this army is just sitting ducks to those Aeofeod. I'm gonna have to actually move my goblins up as well. The great tower shields of those Beornings isn't enough to protect them from this assault. As the bolts slam straight through the shields, piercing through them and into the flesh of the rather hard-fleshed Beornings from many years of work and labour. As beekeepers and everything in between. Just keep slowly moving everything forward. Just look like a bigger object. Unlike most bear-like animals, most like bear-like animals, they'll know that we are no longer prey. I can only hope they'll learn that. Oh, the skin changes are preparing to move in. The Beornings forming a spear wall, thinking that that will save them. Foolishness. Charging to the Beornings, all 4 of you. Not 4 of you charging to the Aeofeod. Rip them apart. Come on, get one good shot off at them. What the hell was that? Come on. Finally shoot the Aeofeod then. Yeah, I was expecting those numbers to go down substantially after that charge. Hopefully most of them will be healed by the end of this. Although no guarantees. No money back, no guarantee, and all that. They have 2 units of Aeofeod. Okay, I did a big boo boo there. Things could have gone a lot better for us. Oh, look at all those smouldering bodies on the floor. Fresh meat, nice and roasted for our orcs to replenish off of. Oh, who looks like they could do something looking at us? Who do you think you're going for? Yeah, that's what I thought. Bitches. Goes right into the back of the skin changers, marauders into the back of the skin changers, the shield bearers, and you into the back of the valesman. No, that unit of airfield has definitely done its damage. Coming back, and those are coming back for round 2 into halberdiers. Not a smart move there, boys. Not a smart move. And into archer fire. If there's ever one statement I can say about any Lord of the Rings game, or just Lord of the Rings in general, is that archers are OP. That's it. Having any amount of archers, or just archers in general, are OP. Granted, not every archer unit in a game is as strong as others, but still, any archer unit shooting a certain amount of arrows into a certain person, that is going to hurt a lot. That's going to hurt an awful lot. Not only is it going to hurt an awful lot, it's going to kill an awful lot. Driving into our skin changes. Now stop moving. And do not think you can shoot. By my decree only will you shoot. Otherwise, by our own decree, you will die. Let that statement be known and let it be remembered.
If we continue like this, we will
Oh, skin changes charging into the back of those Scourge Raiders. Nope, just Orc Marauders. Apologies there. Different units. Charge them into the Shield Bearers. Rally of the troops. We've lost 23% and they've lost 45%. That's not good, because we have 3,300 and they had 900. So we have already lost at least 2 times more than what they have, even though we've killed twice as much of their army. Granted, they do have the skin changes in the airfield, and we're still using gardening tools for several of our units. Looking mainly at the halberdiers here, because... Nah, I'm joking. But yeah, they're not using farm tools anymore. Actually no, a few of the valesmen, technically maybe. Apart from that, no, we're facing pretty strong units now, and we're still not bringing our A game. And that is trolls, technically our T game.
The enemy are badly bloodied.
Yeah, that sounds nice. Bringing our T game. T could stand for trolls or for tea, because I'm British. The stereotypes that all British people love tea. I'm not really much of a tea person. I'm more of a coffee person. How are we doing? Damn, those Beornings pushed through. We've now killed 68% of them, 70% now. That number's slowly growing, but we need to deal with those airfield. Start focusing on the routing units that are weak, and we don't really care about anyway, because the only place they can really go to is a fort, or die. And the main thing we want dead are the skin changers, which could get away. If we let them rout before we kill the general, then their general survives. And we once again have another general to deal with. And from last time, we've already lost one general survived the onslaught. Can't have another survive the same fate. They have been lasting a long time. It doesn't surprise me. There's 17 total defense. Doesn't really bring much to the imagination. We don't have exactly a good strength. We don't have any good strength right now. Most of the units are just in hordes, and though they're good at their job, the hordes eventually are going to have to be replaced with hordes of stronger units. But also for those that do not remember or have not watched the previous episode, we now have more trolls on the way, and we can start bringing out our Witch Realm and the Witch Realm units and the Gundabad Guard from Gundabad from the drill square. However, and this is a big however, as you can see from those airfield longbowmen, and compared to our goblin archers, we need strong archers, and we can get them anywhere. They're quite easy to get. It's just the money that gets them there. The Rudour archers, the best archers we're ever going to get. Granted, range attack 5 is pretty good compared to most orc archer units. But the only problem is we need to get them first. And for that we need to get the Hillman camp. Ah, there we go. The general is dead. Yar she blows. And Kuen the Scarred is no more. And I can safely say we have won this battle. Although it couldn't hurt to claim a few more bodies for meat. After all, our orcs that survived have to eat somehow. More importantly, those that were only wounded but not killed need healing. That requires grog. And the best way to do that, yeah, look at that. We lost 1,000, but they lost everything. But we did heal a lot. The Marauders were the ones that took the most hits from the cavalry, and those Scourge Raiders as well. Yeah, we got back a lot. We got back a good amount. That's pretty good. Begone if you be not deathless, for living or dark undead, I will smite you if you touch him. Good for you, Eowyn. You go, girl. Don't let the Witch King boss you about. I'm unsure again as to what this region is. I feel like it could be Gondolin, but it seems too not nestled well enough into the mountains, and it seems like it's mainly it could be Doriath. Could it be Doriath? It's not Nagothron, because that's deep in the mountain. That's actually inside the mountains. Because just something you didn't know, the Noldor, in case you didn't know, the Noldor are more mountain-dwelling elves, or they prefer the mountains. Oh, we lost a unit of what? Oh, Marauders. Yeah, I was expecting that. Oh, we're gonna lose another because I want to get those guys into there. Just put you in the fort for now. A little bit of extra money never hurt nobody. And I believe we were halfway through the turn. So things can still move. Ukrom. You continue down to Goblin Town. Oh yes, the elves moved to intercept Ishnak and Nagluk. Why can the Orcs of Misty Mountains still make rude? Oh no, those are... I was thinking, because I remember the Orcs of Misty Mountains were no longer able to make the Rudour units. I forgot. They're in the Rudour-ish region, so they can get the mercenary Rudour raiders. So I was thinking they can't get Rudour units anymore. They didn't recruit them. They just bought them. They didn't make them from a city. They bought the mercenaries in that region. So we've got more trolls on the way. We've got more Rudour units and things like Scourge Raiders. Joined with Agendour, whose army is slowly growing stronger. The units that are being replenished here are replenishing quite nicely. Radborg, I was going to send you to Framsburg. Yes, I want to see if you being there will allow Agendawa to leave. Even if it means I don't get to take everything with him, in there with him. I just want at least enough.
It will be an honor defeating you.
Odoaker the Noble is led with Brearen the Kind, and Folkred the Just. Geez, some of these names are getting more and more difficult to pronounce every day. Akgrim. Oh, the elves of the old... Oh no, they already had the Old Forest Road. I was just thinking they've already taken Western Mirkwood. We do want to move for Fenberg. The main reason I attacked those armies was so they couldn't merge. So we killed off another skin changer general. There's Dior. Oh yeah, I was going to attack him as well. Because the more skin changer generals we can kill, the less I'll have. And the only two non-skin changer generals, technically, that's left are Folkred and Brearen. And they, unfortunately, for them, are store hunters, hobbits. Not really a unit you want to be putting into the front line as a general anywhere. So we're going to attack Deor. His Karok Guard and Airfield Footmen are scary enough. And then there's his 44 skin changers. So unfortunately our army isn't going to do too well against him. It should do well enough to kill him off. And his army. Such deeds he loves. Friend at war with friend. Loyalty divided in confusion of hearts. Yep. Sauron the Deceiver. So we've got our pikemen. We've got our archers. We've got our other archers. I may have too many archers. No, you can never have too many archers. Even if most of them are goblins. The Axemen, Barrow Whites, the Trolls. I'm going to keep the 2 cave trolls out of this. I want them to live so I can retrain them in the future. Or merge them with another unit of cave trolls, like the one up in Dane's Halls. Then, cavalry. Let's begin. Where are they going to go? They're going to go up the hill. I'm going to follow them up the hill. The main difference is our units can shoot at their units, while the snow trolls can focus down the general. These 2 units I want to send into the Karok Guard because they, unlike the footmen, do not have anti-cavalry to deal with me. Let's have Hoonvorn somewhere around there. Just close enough so that Serpent Elixir actually does something. So I don't think it's unlimited range. I think it's it doesn't actually give a radius or anything like that, but I'm fairly certain it's nearby enemies or close to enemies. So you want to always keep Hoonvorn somewhere in the mix. Oh, Moholt's already in position to shoot. Although I do want you to shoot the air. Oh no, they're out of range. Stop shooting for a second then. As the Guardians of Kharndoom and the Wild Riders charge into the Karok Guard. And then charge out. Slow things down a bit. Reposition to match their movements. Pikemen always in front. Allow to shoot and in guard mode. Have them charge into the skin changes. Have them charge back into the Karok Guard. Kasum's Elixir to slow them down. Skin changes are going amply into the snow trolls, and let's watch the carnage. Oh, beautiful. Not a single bay awning left untouched. And only 1 killed in the charge though. Ooh, that could be bad. Already killed over 50 of the Karok Guard. Always a nice feature.
If we continue like this, we will smash the
And all the goblins are shooting into the airfield, which are inconsistent with their move patterns. They may die soon. Skin chain is down to 32, already losing over 10 of their mighty warriors. The Karok Guard Ah, they're moving in to attack the trolls as well. See if I can get my cavalry back in before it's too late. Airfield slowly moving forward still, as the Rudar pikemen slowly converge on our back line. And as they slowly come closer, prepare for their escape. Let the cavalry charge into the Carrot Guard. And now move the archers back. Hopefully we won't lose too many snow trolls this battle. Hopefully we won't lose any. And the second the trolls give enough leeway for the skin changers to touch the... Oh, there's only 7 of them left, okay. So it's just kill off the Carrot Guard with the cavalry and then get them out before the skin changers get a chance to touch them. Because if you didn't already know, I haven't already mentioned it enough, skin changers ruin cavalry. I mean,
Half the enemy force remains.
yeah, they ruin. They're worse than trolls when it comes to anti-infantry because they're a general unit. It's the sad thing about it. Now, pikemen are luckily converged. Oh, that unit did rather badly though. Oh, the airfield. Everyone's already running. Okay, okay. Don't bother about the Carrot Guard. Don't think about shooting again. Let the cavalry clean up them. And then let the snow trolls kill off the general. And good as gold. Just like that. The battle is already over. And all we lost were a few hillmen and a few of our cavalry units. Pretty good battle. Quick and precise. And down goes the general. Another unfortunate sod left to fight a small battle where he had no chance of survival. Farewell, Dior. Hopefully I won't have to see you ever again in the future. No. Oh, we healed 6 of the Warg Riders that lost. So we lost 6 Warg Riders, 3 pikemen, and 2 Guardians of Kharndoom. Losing only 11. Very nice. Come here and I'll squeeze your eyes out like I did to Radbug just now. Shagrat Orc Commander, Tower of Kidafungal. In the books and in the films, it's actually quite difficult to guess out of the 2 generals, Gorbag and Shagrat, who actually runs Kidafungal. Sometimes it's believed they both run it independently, but I feel like Gorbag's the Orc, Shagrat the Uruk, who's had but has been fighting probably for longer. So I do believe he was promoted as the commander of the Tower of Kidafungal after Sauron returned to Mordor, or sometime around there at least. He was one of the first Uruk generals, and why he wasn't as strong or as well documented. Sorry, not well documented. Well portrayed in the Return of the King film, which was a nice adaptation of Shagrat. It shows even in his older age, he still knows how to fight back in some regards. Now then, yeah, alone, this region cannot hold itself without a general or someone who has some governing status. Hopefully, we have that. Yep, Mognag's just been sitting there all this time, 77 bodyguard.
I'm gonna stick you.
So then, it's time to end the turn. Move our spy closer to Fenberg, which I did forget. But other than that, things seem to be going quite nicely for everyone. The Anduin are slowly moving forward with a captain army. If only they waited for their general, or if they merged together, that would have caused trouble. So I'm fairly certain a full Anduin army could stand a chance against any of our current standing armies, but only due to the fact that with a general, or with several skin changer generals, it becomes a scary bout. So I mean, if you were to have, for example, an entire army of skin changer generals, even with an army of things like ballistas and catapults, and then massive pike walls that just surround them, those skin changers are going to fight forever. They do not stop. They will kill everything. That'll actually be something quite interesting to do. When I do come to make an Anduin campaign, I'll have to remember to one day make an entire army of generals and to show you how powerful they are. Finabel has been overrun. An alliance between Khand and Gondor. Oh. Gondor, Mordor and Khazad-dûm. Currently the greatest factions. Doesn't surprise me. Queues have been stalled. Khand-dûm has the barracks. And we can start getting Scourge Raiders from within. And more Guardians of Khand-dûm. Beautiful. However, the main thing I wanted was the Witch Realm units. However, from Khand-dûm, it's too far away from where we need to be getting units from. I'd say Gundabad onwards, that's where we need to be making our military. Morvatarth, Shadun, Litash, Khand-dûm, Angsor and Gobadrai need to be our financial. And Mengelon is just somewhere in, it's just basically Malcolm in the middle situation. There's literally no... The only reason I have it is because I paid a substantial amount and we're still paying that off. It shows it here, yeah. We would make an extra 1,500 for the next... I think I was 15 turns and it's already been... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're losing another 150,000. No, that's not good math. We're losing another 15,000. Just for having paid for Mengelon. Although we are slowly paying that off. Slowly. By the time the campaign comes to an end, we'll have paid off everything we had to do to buy Mengelon. And by that time, we'll probably have lost it by then, actually. Because if the Dunedain can't deal with Dunland quick enough, we just lose. Yeah. No, I can't remember who owns that southern region. Oh, the Anduin reclaimed the Middle Vale. There it is, Duinburg. I knew I was pronouncing it correctly. Buolin. Oh. Those names are getting harder and harder to pronounce. Yeah, they've reclaimed Duinburg. But they have not, from this little bit of intel here, they have not reclaimed Rosgobel. That's still good to know. It means if we're actually going to go into this area, we will start coming into contact with one of our former allies, an enemy of Rune, the Shadow of Mirkwood, who are at war with already a lot of factions. War with Rune, Rohan, Anduin, Galathrim, Woodland Realm, Anduin, Erebor. Yeah, the only faction they're not enemies with, but maybe one day, is me. Because the Shadow of Mirkwood just holds on forever. They do not die. Even with that many factions against one, they still hold on to something. Oh, they got butchered. That army is a full stack, nearly. And seeing that one unit of heavy Grogan crossbow and that got... Oh. Although I'm not liking the chances that one of those armies are coming for Goblin Town. Come on. Nothing. Okay, whatever was there is now gone. So we could go and attack Fenberg. We could go for Zagkala. No, Zagkala's out of our reach for now. Until we start bringing out our elites and start actually enforcing order and greater power in our eastern and southern regions, we don't stand a chance of claiming another Orc region and then come into contact with dwarves. Oh no, that's just going to be a butcher. This is going to be... We're basically feeding the pigs to the butcher. It's knife. Now then, move Aganau out for a second. And move in Redbug. Nope. Okay, I should have exterminated the populace. So what is it mainly? It's just cultural, 60% cultural unrest, and then 40% squalor. Yeah, it's all just based on our culture. We just need to keep building it up. So Agendaur, you're going to stay in there for a while longer. As for you, Radbog, you're going to move down to Meifelberg. You're going to become the new general of Meifelberg. So I feel like that region is going to be a conflicted region for a long time to come. So take the ballistas with you. Take these Scourge Raiders with you. Take the Pikemen and the Axemen and the Wild Riders with you. Nope. Okay, that's as much as you're going to get. Good luck to you. And Ukrom's continuing to Goblin Town, because that's his destination. Take the Trolls, the Scourge Raiders and the Archers out, and have them meet with Radbug. What this is a replenishment for these armies. More Trolls, so I can actually split up the Cave Trolls and the Snow Trolls. The Cave Trolls can go with Drango, and the Snow Trolls can continue to fight with Morholt and Hoonvorn. I do want to attack Bayon's halls. I do want to show off the region and then defend it, because it is a beautiful region to defend. I haven't seen much of it, but I know it is a beautiful region. And I want it. I want it desperately. So then, that's everything, because we're making some more Trolls and Guardians here. Can I make, or we can make some more Snow Trolls. We can make more Snow Trolls. We can make more Cave Trolls. Trolls for everyone. Why is the run gone? Oh, that's an old meme now. That's, oh, end the turn. Why is the grog gone? Would be for the orcs. Oh then. What is happening with the world? We don't really know. We do not know what's happening elsewhere in the world. But I think nearing the end of the video I will do a quick peep at everything, see how everyone's doing. Because even though I'm just someone playing the game, enjoying it, doesn't mean I can't get a better understanding of how the game functions. And more importantly, I can show you guys and gals, if there are any gals that watch, how the game functions, how some factions work together. Because I think in the Total War submod, many of the game's features, sorry, not the game's features, many of the game's normal things like Rune conquering the world, Harad, and basically the south being ruled by the Southrons. And anyway, the Revenge of the South. In the harsh deserts of Near Harad, a new host gathers to beat back the fiends who dare invade the tribe's homeland. Accompanied by the stomp of Murakil, their swords and spears glitter under the harsh sun, and they come from near and far to answer the call of the serpent. With hardened hearts, the Southrons are ready to drive back the invaders who have brought so much death and destruction to their lands. Hostility ceases between the Lamroth and the Ardenaim. And then Gundabad, we start bringing out our elites. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh, we're going to keep them in there for a little longer. Let all three of units merge to keep together. If we split them up, they're not as effective as they are when they're together. More queues have been installed. So then, actually, yeah, let's look at it now. I'm feeling greedy and I want to see how the world looks. I did not notice Dorwinion was already dead. I knew Dale was already dead. Kand has wrecked Harad. This was unexpected. I was expecting Harad to die to at least the Ardenaim, but so they're the ones that took Finabel. There's the Last Stand script army. their Black Snake Guard, beautiful, beautiful unit. OP, in my opinion, compared to like the Royal Swan Knights, but still powerful. The Enodwythians holding on to a lot of the regions that they normally hold on to. But look at that! I'm fairly certain that those kinds of armies would just ruin anything. Just look at that. Even the dwarves of Erebor, who now have Mifflond, and the elves of Mifflond that the elves of Mifflond don't actually do anything in most games. They just sit in their regions doing nothing. Same with the dwarves of Khazad-dûm. They have not moved from their region homeland. Lord Gurn, standing on the precipice of his region's land. Limhir is now in the hands of Rohan. Dol Guldur has... Oh, they've pushed into Rohan lands. Oh. Isn't there something in particularly strange English words that don't sound stupid? Yeah, Mordor's actually been pushing back Rune. But the thing is, now, Rune is likely to go to war with Erebor. But they're not yet. They're currently only at war with Mirkwood and Mordor. Although, I do fear for what Erebor might do now. What the hell are you? So you're Sauron, eh? Oh, Sauron's Cardinal. Oh, of course. He acts as the Pope. I forget this is a sum up for Medieval 2 Total War. So yeah, things like the Pope exist. So yeah, here's the Pope. And then up here is Sauron. Sorry, no, Sauron's capital. So I think we've spied enough on these lands. Dol Amroth is on its last legs. They've lost Mithras, they've lost Gobor Tofalas. All they have left is the elven city of Ethelond and their capital of Dol Amroth. Anyway, enough on snooping on what everyone's doing. I just like having a nice little look every now and again. Just see how the campaign actually is running. But yeah, as expected, Rune has ousted Dorwinion from its lands. Although I have to admit, Dorwinion can get their stride if they're aggressive enough in the early game. But they never are, because the AI always focus on the rebels and never focus on the enemy they're not an enemy with yet. Although I have seen a campaign where I've actually been able to ally with Rune as Dorwinion, and it went amazing, actually. It was hilariously amazing. So then, as more things move forward... 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're gonna have to just move those guys separately. Yeah, Radbug is no general to be sending out to actually be doing stuff for our faction. He's just he's just an errand boy, basically. He's our walking, talking errand boy. Just like most of the other generals. Grimfast. Aren't you an interesting looking general? Do I leave you as you are, knowing you could very much rise against me as even stronger than before? Oh, thank goodness I wasn't in range to actually do what I was going to do. Because I could have just lost Zafra. But to be honest, I'm surprised Beorn's general's bodyguard, it was smaller than his son's, Grimbeorn. But yes, we shall be moving for Beorn soon. Hopefully, we can start attacking Fenberg this episode. Oh, no, I'm conflicting myself again. Ugh. Do I want Beorn's horse or do I want Fenberg? Fenberg has a fort. Attacking Beorn's halls might trigger a last stand script. I think I just talked myself into taking Fenberg. Oh, I have to talk myself into tricky situations. Imlorch is trying to bribe Mengelin, but forgets bribing doesn't exist, so is the Elves of the Woodland Realm. Yeah. Diplomats at this point in the game don't do anything other than just take up a few seconds of your time in the end turn. However, we can still use our diplomats to claim regions. Is that the thing we should be doing? Asking for regions or selling off regions. I want to try and stop. I want, if I can do anything this campaign, is to avoid selling any regions. And I know one person who's been watching my videos religiously. And for that person, firstly, thank you for watching my videos religiously. Secondly, we'll notice that I already sold off Dolbrin to the elves. That was just to secure an alliance and some money. And we were going to lose it anyway. So it's better to them to have it than our enemy. That's the only time I'll ever accept, yes, I did sell off my region to someone. But other than that, we've actually been able to hold on to all our regions quite nicely. Shrine of Melkor is now in Mengelin. And soon, very soon, can we make the ancient Barrow Whites. Awaken them from their ancient tombs and bring death upon this world. I'm confused as to why these units... Wait, what? Why is the weaker unit in free upkeep? Nah, whatever. Let's put him in there. Pop out the better unit. Those are Scourge Raiders. Those are the Marauders. Take out the weak one. And there's the Archers. Take out the weak one. And now, take these Scourge Raiders. And we have 7 slots left. Take another unit of archers to compensate. Now for this army, merge the pikemen together. Take out the weaker one. Put in the pikemen with armor. Oh, neat. Got guys with armor now. Weak archers, put them in there. Put in more pikemen. Join the axemen with this army, actually, because this army is unfettered aggression. That's the main thing. We have very little in forms of defense, but we are unfettered aggression with those Scourge Raiders and the Rudar Axemen. And Red Bull, you're going to move into Meifelberg, while everything else moves out, but in order. Then the archers. Then the trolls. Oh yeah, we want to put trolls in this army. So trolls, where are they? Also cavalry. Where are my trolls? They're up here. Have Drangu's army meet with those trolls. Have those trolls meet with those trolls. Have those two trolls units meet together. Merge. Your army can hold another 7 units. Take the Guardians. Snow Trolls. You Wild Riders can go into here and retrain. Move 4 of these Marauder units that have been fully healed and waiting into the forts just so they can live there forever. Those units retrain. See if anything's coming from over yonder. What's happening? The elves have moved further north. Huh. High Chieftain Zaglog, how weak is your army right now? You have 4 trolls. That's good enough for me to tell me that your army is very, very weak. But the army in Zagkala is still the strongest you're ever going to produce. So then, what else can we move out? These Rudar units can move out. And you can join with Morholt. Or you can just put, I could just put you somewhere else. Oh, you have a fort here. Oh, I don't know. They have armies here, though. I don't want to have to deal with them. But I don't... Ugh.
Hurry up. This way.
Oh, Bayonne's Halls is such a massive get, though. And it puts us right... But it puts us right next to the Orcs. And that's another army we could... Another faction we'd be fighting against. While still here, taking Fenberg doesn't put us next to the Dwarves. So I think we will move south for the Dwarves. But for now, just remain in Meifelberg. No reason for you not to be sitting there. You Ballista, however, you can just sit in Meifelberg as well, actually. Ukram, continue your march to Goblin Town. Ukvak, you're going to meet with the trolls there. So we're now actually getting a nice spread of elite units. And other decent units. However, still, only having Rudauer Pikemen as our front line is not something I want to continue forever. Scourge Raiders, yeah, that's fine. Because the Scourge Raiders, they're middle tier. They're good. And very aggressive. But other than that, yeah, we need to start splitting more stuff off. We'll end the turn one more time. To where we've got everything else together. And then I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Should I attack Bayonne's Halls and claim the capital of the valesman of the Anduin? Move over to the eastern side of the Vale, and also risk the chance of fighting Orcs in the Misty Mountains, or besiege Fenberg, basically locking myself out of continuing my conquest of Anduin in the east, forcing me to take down this other region in the south, and then attack Zagkala. So basically it's a question of continue fighting the Anduin by claiming all of their regions, including their capital, or half focus on the Valesman and then focus on the Orcs in the Misty Mountains and claim Zagkala. To be honest, either way will work in some regard. It mainly depends on what they bring up. What they bring up and how quickly my ally will react. Seeing they're going for Bayonne's Halls like this is not much of a deterrent for me, because, yeah, even I know a middle tier elven archer unit, as good as it is, with a unit of ballista, could possibly take out a region holding skin changes. 2 units of them. Oh, so that's where they get the Veil Defenders. One of their better units. Which I haven't seen. Oh, pardon me, I haven't seen any Veil Defenders yet. Oh, here they are, the elites of the elite. Let's bring them down. You have the Carpenter's Guild House in Goblin Town. Or we could build a Grog Hall. Or do we just want... Yeah, we just want more units. We want more available units to be produced. In which case we probably want the Rudauer Hillmen as well. So let's get them first. Oh, come on, really? One spot out of range. Fine. Ugh, the Orcs are starting to scare me more and more and more. That's a full stack of really good stuff. And the last time I fought against a full stack of really good stuff, I had to use 2 armies to beat them. Granted, I didn't have trolls back then. And now I do have trolls. I am a bit stronger. But only a bit. Yeah, Axemen aren't as good as Scourge Raiders. They don't have enough armor to compensate for their armor piercing. Now moving out the army. Join that unit of snow trolls. Those are more units of goblin archers we can merge with another army. Let's take out those 3 units of unupgraded or no armor upgrade archers and give them the new armor upgrade archers. I still have room for one more unit, and I think it's going to be, for now, it will be the Rudar pikeman. Once Zagrat gets into the fray, though, oh, we may want to put them in a different army, though, because this army could do with some more spicing up. Although, one unit of pikemen on its own, when you could merge them with more pikemen, is... Yeah, we'll probably put the pikemen with more Holtz, but the Witch Realm Marauders and the Gundabad Guard will go with Drango. Just so both armies are strong. When I think about it, I could probably, with both of these armies, I could actually split up and attack... Oh, Fenberg's building up. No. No, I don't like my odds if I leave Fenberg up long enough. I'll still leave it up to you guys. If you'd rather me fight in... Sorry, if you'd rather me fight at Bayon's Halls, or if you'd rather me fight the army and the faction leader of Anduin, then it's up to you. So, faction capital or faction leader? Who to kill? What to go for first? I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Farewell.